Oh, hello there, Peter, said Anna one day. It's nice to see you out of the shops. Oh, yes, it is such a nice day. They decided to work on me outside today. They rolled me out of the shop, and so they're working on me now. Not sure why they decided to take my tender off the rails, but I suppose that makes it a little easier. Well, since we've got a few other engines here, why don't you tell us? Why don't you? I remember this, but why don't you tell us about the time that you had to help a 50-car train up the hill? Ah, yes, I remember that day very well. You did what? What? I've never heard this story. Ah, yes, it was when I was still back in England. Uh, the year was 1948, and I was still in England with my three coaches here. And one day we had this arrogant 9F come. Yes, he was fresh out of the shops. And he was so persistent to prove that his class was much better than mine or anyone else's at the time. Now, granted, he was actually pretty right in most circumstances, but as you know, trains had a hard enough time getting up that hill anyways. I mean, just look at what happened to George. I mean, he had to pull. Oh, wait, no, not that hill. Oh, wait, you guys weren't there. But, the hill on my railway was, of course, called Gordon's Hill. Ah, yes. I remember the day that the A0 himself went up that hill and got stuck. What a lovely day that was. Much like today, actually. But this is the story. So, this 9F decided that since he was capable of carrying more cars than a lot of engines, which was true to his capabilities, but he wasn't exactly suited for going up hills, only traveling on for far distances and on relatively flat areas. I mean, he could get up some lesser hills, but this was pretty steep. And you would have to take a good run at the hill unless you were really confident that you can make it over going slow. And needless to say, he got stuck with his 50-car train, plus one for the brake van at the end. And so I and a couple other engines, a couple other bigger tender engines like myself, had to help him up the hill. Tender engines. Yes. He did eventually make it over the hill and apologized to all of us for the rude things that he said. But that's about the end of the story. Yeah, it's pretty funny. That he thought that he himself could take a 50-car train up a steep hill. Yes, I remember the day that I tried to take 5 cars up our own hill. And even that was too much. Yeah, but we didn't really use that hill very much, though, did we? No, we didn't. We usually went around if we could. Which raises the question, why did I ever get sighted onto the hill track anyways? Yes, we still never figured that out. And how come did they decide to put you on the siding? Well, the reason they decided to put me on the siding was easy, because my cars were pushing me down the hill, and even though I had my brakes full on, and my wheels were practically standing in place while I was going down the hill, they sided me into a siding, and I went right through the buffers. Hmm. Well, That was about it. I said I would do a train video, and I did.